You know, no matter what you do for a living, there's this one thing we're all looking for: a community. A place where you can actually grow, share what you know, and just get that spark of inspiration. The big question is, where do you find a place like that? It's something every single one of us has probably thought about. Where do you find your people? And I don't just mean for networking events and swapping business cards. I mean for real, genuine connection. A space where you can be honest about the challenges, celebrate the wins, and hear how other people are figuring it all out too. And that's really the promise, isn't it? It's such a simple idea, but so powerful. To create a space that's not just about the daily grind, but about getting better at what you do together. That right there, that's the heart of what makes a professional community actually work. Okay, so how does an idea like that take shape in the real world? Well, let's dive into a really cool example from higher education. It's a podcast called Adventures in Advising, and it's basically a masterclass in how to build a community from scratch. So their whole mission really boils down to three key things: bringing people together from all over the world, sharing stories that are actually real, and giving you strategies you can use tomorrow. That approach tells you right away that this isn't about theory, it's about practical, real-world experience. That's why it works for someone just starting out and for someone who's been in the field for decades. And of course, any good community needs a couple of guides, right? In this case, you've got the co-hosts, Matt Markin and Ryan Scheckel. They're the ones who really facilitate everything, bringing all these different voices together and making sure the conversations are on point. 139. That's how many episodes they've put out. Let that sink in for a second. This is no flash in the pan. A number like that means they're committed, and it means they've built up this incredible archive of knowledge. It's like a library of experience, just waiting for you, one conversation at a time. And you can really see the journey they've been on since they kicked things off back in 2020. What started as a podcast has blossomed into this amazing community hub for the whole profession. And that kind of steady, organic growth, that's a huge sign of a healthy, thriving community. All right, so let's get to the heart of it. What are they actually talking about? Because this isn't just surface level stuff. No way. They are diving headfirst into the big questions that are really shaping the entire field of advising and higher ed right now. I mean, just look at the range here. They're talking about global perspectives, then jumping right into the future with stuff like Gen AI, and then they'll take a step back and explore the very definition of what it means to be an advisor. It's this perfect balance that makes sure there's something for absolutely everyone, no matter what you're focused on. But here's where the story gets really interesting. It doesn't stop with just one podcast. As the community started to get bigger, the platform itself had to evolve. They realized that people wanted even more focused conversations, so they turned their one show into a whole ecosystem for professional growth. And I love how they put it in their announcement, leveling up. That phrase is perfect, because it signals a really intentional shift. They weren't just maintaining what they had, they were actively expanding to serve their community in totally new and exciting ways. So this expansion created a multi-show network. The original show is still the flagship, of course, but now they've added new series with really specific goals. You've got Emerging Voices, which is all about giving a platform to the next generation of leaders. And then there's the Pickup Meeting, which broadens the conversation even further. It's such a smart strategy for creating more doorways into the community. Okay, so let's pull all these threads together. What's the big takeaway from all this? Why does a resource like this matter so much, not just for academic advisors, but as a blueprint for pretty much any profession out there? The success of this whole model really comes down to one word: evolution. It started with a solid foundation, sharing real stories and talking about the tough stuff. From there, it grew into a true ecosystem, a place where everyone, from rookies to veterans, feels at home. It just goes to show that a great community doesn't just give you content, it creates a platform where you can keep on growing. And that really just leaves us with one last thing to think about. We've been talking about one specific community, but the lesson here is for all of us. So take a look at your own professional world. Who's having these kinds of conversations? Who's building that space for you and your colleagues to learn, connect, and get inspired? And, if you can't find them, maybe you're the one who needs to get it started. Thanks for watching.